Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our Sheffield United RTG here on EAFC 24, where we return well underway in the second half of the campaign and still well within a chance of making European footy come the 38 game mark. And our first game of the day is a big one, as Liverpool, who knocked us out of the Carabao Cup semi-finals, come to take us on here at Bramall Lane. So I should just mention, guys, as well, if you haven't already noticed, I'm a bit coldy at the moment. I'm just sort of at the end of pretty bad illness, so apologies if I sound a bit off in this video. I am hoping that by the next couple of uploads I should be back to normal. Liverpool working inside, and brilliant save, Bazunu. Another corner for the Blades, looking for Ings again, headed away only as far as Hackney and kept alive here. Hackney on the run again, Hayden Hackney, oh, it's brilliant. This lad loves scoring against Liverpool, did it at Anfield, and now opens the scoring here at Bramall Lane as well. Well, only a third league goal for Mr. ever-present Hayden Hackney, but two of them have come against this opponent, Liverpool. He loves scoring against them. If you can remember who the other one was against, let me know down in the comments. But it's been a brilliant start here. Still 1-0 here as we approach the break, and we've done really well to keep Liverpool at bay. Now, Cameron Archer from range forces the save out of Alisson. We're good money for our lead here, and we're looking more likely to extend it as Danny Ings, against his former team, puts us in the driver's seat. Come on, boys. Oh, Anel robbed, and Gakpo in behind, and Gakpo levels it up. That was my mistake. Faffing around with the ball in our own half, and Cody Gakpo nicks in and gets one back for Liverpool. Diaz leading the charge for Liverpool though, looking to keep us away from those European spots. Worked inside, Gakpo. Oh, it's going to be two apiece. Too much space for Goncalves, and Liverpool peg us back once again. Well, I've been really poor in this second half. We were so good in the first, but I've completely thrown this away in the second. Really poor performance from me. Hayden Hackney, surely not again. This time sends it wide of the post. Cracker of a game here at Bramall Lane. And can we find that late winner? Sucic on the run. Did he time it? Yes, he did. Luca, peg back to Adam. Surely it's 3. And the Blades have surely won it now late on. It's Daniel Jebison, Mr. Clutch. Well, we do hold on to the 3 points. It's a massive win for the Blades to kick off today's episode, and puts us 3 points closer to our opponents in the hunt for European footy. The big games keep coming thick and fast for Sheffield United. Just eyeing up an unlikely finish in a European place. It's Aston Villa up next, who have been a tricky opponent for us over recent seasons, and a win here would actually move us into those European spots. Here come Villa on the counter, looking to hit us at our own game. Tammy Abraham, always a threat. Iglesias back to Luiz, and now Diaby's onto it. Trouble here. Got some defending to do, and that is a cracking strike from Borja Iglesias to give Aston Villa the lead. That is a great hit. Done well to win that back there, and we have made it through that first initial press. We use Archer's run as the decoy. Giles will come inside and find Danny Ings, looking to get away. Danny Ings, against his former club, levels it up. Huge goal from the veteran, and where would we be without this man? From one end of the field to the other, won it back in our own penalty area, played through the press. And when Danny Ings gets into that position, he very rarely misses. 1-1, and we're back on level terms at Villa Park. Long throw into the middle, not dealt with. Oh, Bazunu had to react. And Anel, the captain there, just getting bodied by Iglesias. Corner for Villa, swung into the middle, not cleared. And Harmer should put his foot through it. There's the half-time whistle. It's been another cracker here, and we're tied at the break. Douglas Luiz. Now Iglesias into Diaby. Well worked and well blocked, and trying to play out from the back here. Ramsey denied by Bazunu. Overcomplicating things in our own penalty area as Tielemans again forces the save out of Bazunu, and Villa going for the kill here as they sense all 3 points. Swung into the middle. Anel clears ahead of Bazunu. No shout from the keeper, or not a loud enough one. Digne into Botman, and now Tielemans, who can hit them and eventually will clear. And there is the final whistle. We did manage to see it out. It's a respectable point, especially with Villa pushing late on to find all 3, and we remain unbeaten in today's episode. So we've made it into March now, which means another scouting update, our penultimate one of the season, and we'll start with Archie and his English boys. Freddie Wade still looks pretty decent after 3 months worth of scouting, so we will sign him. A couple of players down here that we'll continue to scout for now, but no one else making the cut just yet from England. As for Norway, we're going to say goodbye to Elias Christensen, Joachim Jakobsen as well, Jorgensen, all not good enough. Viggo Hagen, that is one of the worst potentials. We'll keep scouting a few more of these guys and see if any of them make the academy next month in our final update. And the same for Greece, no one making the cut just yet. So 1 month's worth of scouting remaining for all 3 of those nations. If you do have any recommendations for where we send our scouts next season, let me know down in the comments, as they will be getting sent out at the beginning of season 3. This is how the youth academy is currently looking. Still a lot of players in here whose potential seem to either be stuck at the same position or have dropped significantly. Freddie Wade, who was the new man who made it in, does look pretty decent, so we'll get a development plan on him, and he looks like he could turn into a very good central midfielder. So attention turns to the FA Cup for this one. Last 16 tie against EFL club Reading, so should be pretty comfortable with us being at home. We are of course a lot better than when we are on the road, so hoping, as I say, it's going to be a comfortable victory. Going to have to look to our bench in a minute, but keeping faith in my starters for the time being. Diallo, can he get away? Amad Diallo, brilliant, and he finds the opening goal. The Manchester United loanee with his first goal since coming in, and in a terrible, terrible game, we finally have the breakthrough. Well, there is the whistle. Terrible, terrible game, but we do manage to find a way into the quarter-finals. Well, here's the rest of the results from the 5th round of the FA Cup. I tell you what, I would love to take on either Coventry City or Bristol Rovers, but I'm just praying that it's not Liverpool, who we faced in the Carabao Cup semi-final. It will instead be Chelsea. Ooh, okay, not too much easier. The Blues, who we've had a couple of great battles with already this season in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Bring it on. And whilst we're here, actually, let's take a look who won that Carabao Cup. It was indeed Liverpool, as expected. Knocked us out in the semi-finals, facing off against Championship Nottingham Forest, remember. And it was the Reds who came out on top with a pretty dominant victory in the final. So quite a few games left to come in today's episode. Going to try and rattle through them. The first of which coming here as Wolves take us on at Bramall Lane. As I say, we're going to pick up the pace, as I'm dying to get to the end of this season and see if we can finish in those European spots. Wolves looking to make a quick start, and they're going to. No, they're not. What a save. Gavin Bazunu, what a signing he has been. Major upgrade on Wes Foderingham, and he makes a brilliant save there to deny Wolves the opener, and there he is again. First chance for us to come on the break here. No Danny Ings for this one, just slightly fatigued, so Shea Adams gets the knock. Here's Connor Roberts, what an effort, and Cameron Archer's on hand to tap home the rebound. What a strike by Connor. And Cameron will claim the follow-up. 1-0 to the Blades. Cunha, who's a threat, worked inside, and Anel's there again for the umpteenth time. And now we break with Sučić, who's fouled, and that's going to be a straight red card for Wolves. I don't mind the ref stopping play if he's going to send him off. It is a poor tackle on Luka Sučić, who does seem to be alright. But now with half an hour to play, Wolves down to 10, we must be able to see this out. Well, there is the full-time whistle. It's another shocking game. We nick it 1-0, and the red card definitely helped. Another 3 points in our pursuit for Europe. So, rolling straight into the next one, and it's the league leaders Newcastle away at St James's Park. And for God's sake, apologies, we've got the same kit clash that we had last season when we faced them, and that might be a straight red early on for Alexander Isak. And for the second game in a row, the AI down to 10 men. This is exactly what happened when we came to St James's Park towards the end of last season. They flew into some early tackles and were unsettled, and we went on to win the game 2-0, which was crucial for our survival bid. And early doors here, Newcastle doing the same thing, shooting themselves in the foot and going down to 10 men. Newcastle still throwing a hell of a lot of bodies forward. There could be plenty of goals in this one, and Newcastle close to the first as that rattles the woodwork. Another absolutely terrible game here, still tied at 0-0. And even with Newcastle being top of the league, with that early red card to Alexander Isak, it still feels like a little bit of a slip-up if we don't win here due to the circumstances. Newcastle still throwing a lot of bodies forward as they go in pursuit of the title and desperately need wins as well. Oh, Giles dived in. Danger. Oh, Newcastle have found the opener. Sandro Tonali bends one into the far corner, and this is why Newcastle are league leaders. Even down to 10 men, they still find a way. Well, we've been poor tonight, really poor in possession. When we've got into good positions, we've not done enough with it. Can that change here? Oh, nearly. And Hackney won't get there first. Kept alive, but Newcastle should clear off the crossbar, and nearly an instant response. Well, to not even come away from here with a point, having played almost the entirety of the game against 10 men, will be a complete and utter bottle job. I don't care that Newcastle are top. We have to find a late equaliser here. Koulibaly into Diallo, looking to push the pace. Diallo back to Koulibaly, and now Souza from the edge. Rolled into Cameron Archer, and there we go. All it took was a moment of composure and calm, which I've lacked all game long. And Cameron Archer snatches us a point at the death. Still feels like 2 dropped though. They were just rolling straight into the next one, keeping this streak going. And it's Chelsea in the FA Cup quarter-finals. I have a feeling this might be where our progress comes to an end. They look like they've got a strong team out there, and I have made lots of changes as Nkunku fires them into the lead already. I cannot stop this guy. Potential chance for us to come away on the break here with a couple of the Blues caught upfield. Jebison offloads to Brownhill, and his former Burnley teammate. Oh, it's not Connor Roberts, sorry. It's Ola who's playing right back today. There's a man at the back stick. Shea Adams surely levels it up. Lovely counter-attack, and the blades are level. Chelsea being very dominant in this first half and looking to restore their lead. And Nkunku, oh, it's brilliant. He is so good in this save. Gallagher's given that to Koulibaly there, and he could break away from Malo Gusto, who is no slouch. But Koulibaly's done really well there. Goal side. Shea Adams. Jebison. Oh, great chance. And hits it straight at Kepa. Brilliant counter-attack again. Chelsea countering on us here and looking for that third goal that will seal it. Jackson. Gallagher. It's there. And Chelsea are heading to the final 8. Sorry, it's actually the final 4 they'll be heading to, of course. This is already the quarter-final. Looking unlikely that we'll be making it to our second cup semi of the year, but we've given it a good go in the cup competitions this year, and all of the boys have put in a shift when called upon. There is the whistle. We huffed and puffed until the end, but Chelsea in control and ultimately just the better team. They're into the semi-finals, and our cup campaign once again comes to an end. So I've still got a couple of games that I want to get through in today's episode, as we've had a couple of pretty awful games. But before we get there, Dylan Bowen, one of our Welsh youth players, wanting a pro deal. He has been in the academy for some time, but it could see a decrease in his potential. We'll promote him to the senior team and try and loan him out next summer. So another home game for us here against a London side. It's Chelsea's rivals Fulham, this time in the Premier League. I rotated the team pretty heavily for the cup game, so all of the starters are available and fit and ready to go, as Ings looks to find Archer in the middle, just had too much on the cross. Fulham have a corner here, which is going short to Bobby Decordova-Reid. He then swings in the cross, and Gavin Bazunu called into action for the first time. Variation on the corners. This one's headed in looking for Bassi, and Bazunu again dives across to claim. Get up. You're never getting a foul for that, Bobby. And I was able to stride forward and find Archer. Archer has Giles out wide. Hung up to the back stick. Sucic! He's back, baby. Luka Sucic in style ends his goal drought with an absolute cracker. But we've got a free kick on the edge here. We haven't scored a free kick in a little while, but Luka Sucic is over it. Luka. Well, talk about making a return. It's poor from the goalkeeper, but I think that's our third or possibly fourth direct free kick goal of this save. The keeper's got to do better, and Luka Sucic is back, baby. Well, that should do it. It's going to be another 3 points and another clean sheet for Sheffield United, as we're in red hot form heading into the business stage of the season. Well, some bad news after that game. We've already lost Jayden Bogle with the ACL injury, and now Ryan Giles, done for 3 months, will be out until the end of the season. So both of our fullbacks are down. Step up Ben Osborne, you're going to have to perform in this final run in, my son. So going to try and squeeze in 2 more games, kicking off here with Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park. Never an easy place to visit, so I'm expecting a tough game, but would love to pick up another 3 points here. Adams finds Luka. Has he got a moment of magic up his sleeve? Sucic! Corner for the Blades, and we are dangerous from them. Swung into Kelly, and Henderson makes the save. Another shocking game here, ladies and gents. Don't know what it is with today's episode. It's meant to be hyping up the final climax to the season, but every game has just been an absolute bore fest. Hopefully we will find the opening goal not before too long, because this has been an absolute stinker. No. Well, we might have the opener here, as a Bere Eze has the chance from the spot. Up against Gavin Bazunu, and he sends him the wrong way. Never a penalty in my books, but Palace lead. Chance for the Palace on the break, and Tuna's in behind, surely to make it 2. And Sheffield United are going to fall to defeat for the first time in the league in today's episode. Well, there is the full-time whistle. As we did in the previous game against Fulham, Palace just seeing the game out in that second half. Really, really disappointing. I said it is a tough place to visit, and Palace have shown just why. Right, rolling into the next one, hoping to bounce back with 3 points. It's Bournemouth, who we've got a good record against in this save. They're struggling down at the bottom of the table, so desperate to return to winning ways. I've had to make quite a few changes and I've got quite a few players fatigued with this coming just a few days after our last game, as Ola trying to sneak in. Sucic surely eyes straight at the keeper, and maybe it's just one season too early for European football for the Blades. So not much to report since that early Sucic miss, and I'm not giving up all hope of finishing in a European place this season, but it is looking ever more unlikely with a poor run of results. Roberts doesn't get there. What a ball. Tavernier with some brilliant play down the wing, rolls it into Alex Scott, and Bournemouth lead just before the break. We are throwing in the towel early doors. An hour played here, still we trail. Not been able to create much against this Bournemouth side. Down at the bottom, and with lots to play for. It feels like a few of our boys are maybe already on the beach and know that our job this year to stay in the Premier League and try and push for mid-table is secured. They're not thinking about European footy. As Bournemouth make it too. We're making this very, very hard for ourselves, and I think our European football dreams may be dying. Well, there is the whistle, and it's the same sad ending for Sheffield United again. Back-to-back 2-0 defeats, and both very similar games where we went a goal down, couldn't get back into the game, and after the second went in, it just killed the contest off, slipping down the table. And it's not looking good for our European hopes. Okay then guys, that is where we will end it for today's episode. A slight dip in form towards the end, but we did get quite a lot squeezed in. So if you did enjoy, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back in the next episode to play out the final 7 games of the league season and conduct a full roundup of all the other leagues, the European competitions and our squad as well, heading into season 3, where we still have a chance that we could be playing European football, though those chances do look like they are slowly dwindling. I'll catch you in the next episode to see if we can make it, and peace.